What's going on, guys? Mike Murtis, Gamer Logic here, and today I wanted to talk about getting my TurboDUO RGB modded and getting the CD lens replaced, as well as calibrated, and some other fixes that I wasn't aware that I was going to need. But thanks to the quality work by Benjamin over at PC Nuggets, not only do I have kick-ass graphics coming out of this TurboDUO, the CD-ROM is running awesome, and the system just runs better in general. So I kind of wanted to tell you guys my story and my experience of sending out this system to him, because sending out your retro system to some random person on the internet can be pretty scary. And prior to me sending out my system to Benjamin, I sent out my Sega CD unit to another seller, and I was actually getting really worried that I wasn't going to get my unit back. And I did end up getting my Sega CD back. I was charged a minimal amount of it because the fix actually ended up being minimal. But it was a scary experience, so I was very, very cautious the second time sending this second system out, especially because a TurboDUO isn't cheap to replace. So rather than just diving in and doing the first person I saw, I checked my options, I went to different forums, and I actually ended up finding another person on eBay, and that was Benjamin at PC Nuggets. So I got in touch with him, and I talked to him a little bit. And he seemed like a honest guy, quoted me right away for what I needed, gave me a decent time frame of 3 to 5 days, and he told me, you know, it's always kind of weird dealing with eBay here, so why don't you go check out my website? You can find my email there and we'll talk via email. So I checked out his website, which instantly gave me a sigh and a sign of relief, because if somebody has a website and they have all these different options out there, you can tell they're a little bit more legitimate than other people out there. And you can see previous work, you can see their blog posts, you can kind of follow along with things, especially if you find out they have a Facebook page where they talk about their repairs and what's going on. It just alleviates a lot of that fear of potentially losing your retro game system. So I checked him out. I was happy with everything he priced out for what I would need to get replaced, and sure enough, sent my system out. And I was extremely, extremely impressed with how many times he got back with me, how many times he asked questions about the system to find out what previous mods were done to the system, because this was a system that had a cap kit done with it. And Benjamin gave me his honest feedback and said that, you know, the cap kit that was done on here, the soldering work wasn't at its best. So he actually took the time to replace some of that stuff for me. He did the RGB mod. He uses some of the best parts that are available out there. And he replaced my CD lens and took the time to test it. So great, great response time. Really thorough. I felt very, very happy to have my retro system that costs a couple $100 now in this guy's hands. He did the work. I paid him for it. He sent the system back along with a SCART cable. Now, I actually didn't end up using the SCART cable. I picked up a JP21 cable for it just because all my other consoles use JP21, and I don't want to accidentally use the wrong cable at some point and blow up my FrameMeister. But sure enough, I got everything I needed. I plugged this system in. The first game I tried was Castlevania Dracula X, and I could not believe how crisp, how nice the output was. It looks amazing. I played Ninja Gaiden on the thing. It also looks crisp and amazing. And funny enough, I did my gameplay video of that and someone thought I was using an emulator. No emulation here, folks. It's just the power of this RGB mod as well as the FrameMeister. So if you need your TurboDUO fixed, replaced, because he does offer systems that he's repaired as well, if you need the RGB mod done, if you need some games, if you need some controllers, I highly recommend that you go check out PCNuggets.com. I was very, very impressed by the service, and especially compared to the service I had with a previous person. Benjamin is top notch, and I'm really happy, really happy to get this system back. And eventually I actually may send this thing out to him again once I'm done getting some reviews and a few gameplay videos done, because he said that not all the caps were quality caps that were used to replace this thing. The guy who worked on this previously didn't do a great job with the caps that were used, the capacitors that were used. So he recommended at some point that, you know, I have him do the cap replacement again, which I agree with, and especially after seeing how nice the RGB mod turned out and how well the CD-ROM's working, I'm definitely going to send this back to Benjamin at some point and have him do the cap kit for me. So again, highly recommend him. Check him out. I'm going to go play some more TurboDUO. Benjamin, thanks again for doing the work on the system, and thanks for all your help in the game community for helping keep these units working, because I gotta say, out of the 10 years that I've had this thing, I am super impressed with the system. Really wish I would have had the money back in the day to play this when this stuff first came out, at least the TurboDUO. We really didn't have access to TurboGrafx, but that's another story. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.